Let's be honest. Almost every man has wondered this at some point. What actually happens if you masturbate every single day? Will it ruin your testosterone? Will it make you weaker? Will it destroy your performance in bed? Or is it completely harmless, maybe even healthy? There's a lot of noise online, extreme claims, scare tactics, wild promises. So today, we're cutting through all of that and talking about what really happens to your body and brain if you masturbate daily. No shame, no myths, just facts. First, let's talk about what happens physically. When you masturbate, your body releases dopamine. That's your brain's reward chemical. It makes you feel good, it reduces stress, it helps you relax. After orgasm, prolactin increases, which can make you feel calm or sleepy. If you masturbate daily and your body feels fine, your energy is normal, your erections are strong, and your focus isn't suffering, then biologically, there's nothing inherently dangerous about it. In fact, some research suggests regular ejaculation may support prostate health. It can also help some men sleep better and reduce short-term stress. So daily masturbation does not automatically mean something is wrong. But here's where context matters. Frequency alone is not the real issue. The real issue is how it affects your life. If you're masturbating once a day and still feel motivated, productive, and confident, that's very different from using it as an escape from stress, loneliness, or boredom multiple times a day. Now let's talk about testosterone. One of the biggest myths is that daily masturbation kills testosterone. That's not how it works. Testosterone fluctuates naturally throughout the day. There might be small, temporary changes after ejaculation, but they are short-lived and not significant enough to damage your masculinity, muscle growth, or long-term hormonal health. Your sleep, diet, stress levels, and exercise routine affect testosterone far more than whether you masturbate daily. Now let's address performance. Some men notice that if they masturbate very frequently, especially right before intimacy, they may have less sensitivity or slightly weaker erections. Why? Because your nervous system needs recovery time. Just like muscles need rest after a workout, your sexual response system also benefits from balance. Daily masturbation isn't the same as excessive masturbation, but if you feel numb, less aroused by real partners, or dependent on very specific stimulation to climax, that's when you should pause and reassess. Which brings us to something important: pornography. Daily masturbation with no porn is very different from daily masturbation with intense, high-stimulation content. Porn can rewire arousal patterns if used heavily. It can raise dopamine thresholds, meaning real-life intimacy may feel less exciting in comparison. That's not about morality, it's about brain chemistry. If you find that real connection feels dull, but screens feel intense, that's a sign your brain may need a reset. Let's also talk about mental health. For some people, masturbation is a healthy stress release. For others, it becomes a coping mechanism. If you're using it to avoid uncomfortable emotions, procrastinate, or numb anxiety, the behavior isn't the problem, the avoidance is. The key question is not, is daily masturbation bad? The better question is this habit helping me or controlling me? Big difference. Now, what about physical side effects? If done aggressively or excessively, it can cause temporary irritation or sensitivity issues, but that's mechanical, not hormonal. If you're experiencing pain, discomfort, or difficulty getting erections even after rest, that's when a medical checkup makes sense. But for most healthy adults, daily masturbation alone does not cause erectile dysfunction. Lifestyle does. Poor sleep, chronic stress, alcohol, obesity, lack of exercise, these are much bigger factors. Here's something interesting. Some men report improved control when they masturbate regularly and intentionally. They learn their arousal patterns, they build awareness of their body. Others find that taking short breaks increases desire and sensitivity. There is no universal perfect frequency. Your body responds to patterns. If something feels off, adjust and observe. That's maturity. Now, let's be real. The internet loves extremes. You'll see people saying, never do it drains your life force. And others saying, do it 3 times a day, it's totally normal. Truth is usually in the middle. Healthy sexuality is about balance, not suppression and not excess. If daily masturbation doesn't interfere with work, doesn't damage relationships, doesn't reduce your energy, doesn't replace real intimacy, doesn't feel compulsive, then it's likely not a problem. But if it starts affecting confidence, motivation, or connection, that's your signal to slow down. Not out of shame, out of awareness. So what really happens if you masturbate every day? For most healthy men, you release stress, you experience temporary hormonal shifts, you may sleep better, you may maintain prostate health, you won't destroy your testosterone. But if combined with excessive porn use, emotional avoidance, or compulsive behavior, it can impact sensitivity, arousal patterns, and motivation. It's not about the act, it's about the pattern. Your body is incredibly adaptive. It responds to how you treat it. The goal isn't to fear your sexuality. The goal is to understand it. So instead of asking, is this bad? Ask yourself, is this aligned with the man I want to be? That's the real conversation.